Hi, I'm Justin Jensen, and welcome to my channel. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and may fall again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming. Teddy Roosevelt. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Today is October 4th, 2022, 5:52 in the East Coast. So there is supposed to be a live conference coming up for the serial killer in Stockton and California. So we're just waiting on that. It's supposed to start momentarily in about 8 minutes or so. Thank you, everyone. Great to see you all. Let me just set a few settings here. And we'll be on our way. Let us see. Okay, perfect. All right. So how's everybody doing? Thank you, Tony, for asking. He's doing okay. He's haven't had really much of a fever today. So hopefully, but when the sun goes down, that's when the fevers normally start. So we're almost there. So, but went to the doctor and all that, tested negative for the Rona, which I'm happy about. But the doctor also said that, he just kind of started showing symptoms yesterday. So no simple single strand today. I don't know what that means, Chris. I'm sorry. Sorry, but know what it means. But I'm also blonde, so. Okay, Snosberry, I gotcha. Oh, yay. Thank you so much, Jess. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You're going to have to call me. You can text me, call me anytime. Oh, I'm sorry, Devious. It's when you have kids, man, it's really hard. Like, I didn't sleep until like 7 a.m. this morning. And then I woke up at 10. So that is correct, Gemini Mama. Sadly, 2 more murders look to be linked to this already sad stories. Justice needs to be served for these poor families. Guys, I have a interview tomorrow with one of the victims' family members, and I am shocked. This is really crazy what's going on. And I want to say that soon, I think there could possibly be an arrest. I think it's hopefully coming very, very soon. Oh, I'm sorry, Jess. I'm so sorry. Yes, possible 7 now, Heather. That is correct. Let's see if hey, I see you. While could you be looking for that press conference, because so far I don't see it. So, bear with me one moment. Um, Let me check my phone here. Bear with me, guys. 1 second, please. Um, Let me see if this is okay. Here we go. I'm gonna get it off of me. I found it. Now, what I need you guys to let me know is to do if there's any background noises echoing, let me know and I will mute my end. If not, then it's good. Um, yes, I recommend Emergency personally. That's my favorite one. I personally like it more than Liquid IV. Um, and make sure you're taking zinc and a little vitamin D too, especially during the winter months. So we're just waiting on this, which is supposed to start at 6 Eastern, 3 Californian local time. And so we're about 2 minutes away. That's right, Christina. It'll be interesting what they're going to say. Yes, yes, Lamira Mira. Um, I have this one apple cider vinegar. It has turmeric in it, and it's got cayenne pepper, and it's got like horseradish and ginger and all of that, and it's really expensive. But like, I like the taste of it a lot better than just regular apple cider vinegar. Um, and it really burns going down. So yes, fire cider. That's it. That's it. Yes. La Miramara, it's amazing. I'll actually try to remember my next live, or if I'm on my, especially my other channel, I'll try to bring it down and show you guys. It's amazing. Devious, you're funny. It's not. What is this for? This is the update on the Stockton, California serial killer that is walking amongst the street, killing an average of 2 humans a month since July. Um, Linked to as many as 7. And hopefully, very, very soon, they are going to find this guy. I can't wait to tell you guys what I know
We're doing a
tomorrow.
final sound check. All right. I'm Officer Joe Silva. I'm the Public Information Officer here at the Stockton Police Department, and I'd like to welcome you to our police headquarters here in downtown Stockton.
Please let me know if
In
there's
just
any
about
echo.
1 to 2 minutes, we'll be starting with our press conference. Thank you.
1 to 2 minutes. So. Yes, we see your finger. Yes, man. We see it. Looks good. Ooh, you might need to wash the tip of that. Just kidding. Is there not like a lot of people on YouTube right now? Because I haven't seen anybody on YouTube. Here we go.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Stockton City Manager Harry Black. This afternoon, you will also be hearing from Stockton Police Chief Stanley McFadden and Stockton Mayor Kevin Lincoln. As we will continue to do throughout this ordeal, we wanted to provide a situational update to the public this afternoon. First, I would like to extend condolences to the victims and their families. Please know that we're doing everything that we can to keep the city safe and to apprehend.
I'm going to mute it. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
A single person who has committed these crimes, although we continue to chase down evidence to definitively confirm this fact. Daily, Stockton Police Department monitors numerous data points related to crime throughout the city. As such, we know what the city's historical patterns are when it comes to crime, not unlike how we know about our own personal health. As we know ourselves, we know our city as it relates to crime. Through its daily data analysis protocols, Stockton PD has discovered an irregularity in the standard pattern of crime this year. This series of homicides is abnormal for Stockton, and as such, Stockton PD has stood up a task force, including its own resources and resources of our external partners. Chief McFadden will talk more about this shortly. In addition, we're offering an unprecedented $95,000, now $115,000 reward for information that directly leads to the capture of this person. At this time, you will hear from Chief McFadden, and then he will be followed by Mayor Kevin Lincoln, after which we will entertain a couple of questions. Chief.
As I said before, we would reconnect with all of you when we have some more case developments, and that's why we're here today. I first want to address the comments regarding Stockton having a serial killer. That's what's been messaged. That's the big question that we keep being asked. By definition, these shootings are a series of killings, and so we do believe we could have potential serial killer. That's how we're going to treat it as such. At this time, we don't know if it's a person or persons. As I said before, we have absolutely no evidence that connects a person or persons to any of these incidences. But we are still receiving tips, and we still will continue to review those tips, and hopefully more information will come forward. We have some video footage that we're going to show you here today. It's going to be a very short video. And when you all see the video, I want you to pay close attention to the uneven stride that this person has. Again, this person is a person of interest. Again, we have no evidence that connects this person as committing any of these crimes, but it's a person that we are interested in talking to. Also with that, we also want you to notice just how upright this person's posture is. I like to think we all have a normal gait and walk about us when we walk around, but this person's posture is extremely upright and it's noticeable. That's something else that you'll be able to notice on a video once we show that. With that, as far as interconnecting these cases, we've done that through ballistics. And once you start working with ballistics, the process gets very slow. It takes a long time to confirm the information, and it takes a long time to get those official reports. But we do have ballistic evidence that are linking our cases and accompanied with some video footage as well. We have 7 cases linked, and I'm just going to give some quick stats on these cases. We find that the average age of the victim is 42. We find that the sex of the victims are mostly male. We also find that the races are mostly Hispanic as well. I'm going to talk about the days between these incidences that we believe may have a connection. Between the incident 1 and 2, there are 6 days. In between incident 2 and 3, there's 448 days, which is quite some time from when the incident 2 happened as compared to when incident 3 had occurred. Between incident 3 and 4, it was 34 days. Between incidents 4 and 5, it was 19 days. Between incidents 5 and 6, it was 22 days. And between incidents 6 and 7, it was 6 days. Of these 7, one of them occurred outside the city. It occurred in Oakland. And we've been partnering with Oakland Police Department to have tabletop discussions as far as what information we have. Another development we've had is we had the opportunity to interview our only surviving victim. The circumstances regarding this victim took place last year. This was a Black female adult. She was in her tent when she heard someone walking around her campsite. When she came out of her tent, she encountered someone holding a gun at her. There's multiple shots at her as she tried to defend herself by advancing at the suspect. At that time, the suspect lowered his or her shooting platform. She provided us a description of what she believed that person was at the time of the incident. She described that person between 5'10" and 6 foot, wearing all dark clothing, wearing a dark COVID style mask that was concealing his face, and wearing a dark jacket as well. Like she said, there's no words mentioned at all. As you heard, the reward amount keeps increasing, and I'm not surprised. I've met some incredible people in this community that are passionate about this community. I think when trauma occurs, that's when we're stronger in this community, and it shows that. I anticipate the reward to continue to increase. I think it's in excess of $100,000 right now. And I want to thank everyone from the media, the community leaders. Everyone has really rolled up their sleeves and try to provide us tips. We have the tip line open. People are serious about this. A lot of people are calling in. They're emailing. Hey, how about this person? Hey, take a look at this. I'm glad that we're all doing the heavy lifting together. And that's what makes Stockton great. As we continue to get more information, we're going to continue to outreach with everyone. I want to thank the men and women in this police department that have not gone home. That's how serious they have been about these cases. I want to thank our law enforcement partners. All of our neighboring agencies have reached out. I spoke again with the sheriff today. He's given us all his resources at our disposal, including technology that they're onboarding. So everyone is in this together. We have our state and federal partners that are doing some heavy lifting with some of our video processing and other evidence that is very time consuming to get through. But we've built an all-star team of dedicated folks that have the skills, knowledge, and ability to bring a capture to this person. Now I want to turn over to Mayor.
Thank you, Chief. As we're gathered here this afternoon to discuss this recent string of homicides that we've known that they're interconnected, let's not forget the fact that to date, the city of Stockton, we've suffered the loss of 43 total Stocktonians. There's not a word that can be said. There's nothing that we could do that will bring back those lost loved ones. So my deepest and heartfelt condolences to the families of those victims of the senseless act of violence. There's one thing I know about the city of Stockton is that we are resilient. And when we experience and we go through adversity, like the chief said, we come together, we find a way. We've had to do that over these last few years, beginning with COVID and now to where we're at today. So my expectation, and I know that that is not going to change for the city of Stockton. The chief, as mentioned just a moment ago, he's assembled a task force of professionals and experts that I know will not stop until justice is served. But the bottom line is we cannot do this without the help of the community. I want to thank our community partners because this is a public-private nonprofit partnership that's taking place right now in order to bring justice to those families who deserve it right now, who've lost those loved ones. That's the least that we could do for these families, is help bring some sort of justice and closure to these families. And a part of that, a big part of that, is getting this individual or these individuals off the street. And that's what we're committed to here in the city of Stockton. So to the constituents and to the residents of the city of Stockton, you're empowered. You're empowered right now to submit information that you may know that leads to the arrest of an individual or individuals that are responsible for these murders. To the small business community that have stepped up and have donated generously to the city of Stockton to aid in these efforts, thank you very much. To our faith-based community that continues to pray every single day, thank you for the sacrifices that you're making. Thank you for holding this city up. We cannot do it without you. And I want to encourage you to continue to do those things because we know that it takes work to get these things done. And that's what we're committed to in the city of Stockton. That's what the chief and the team, the professionals that this city has with the Stockton Police Department and our outside agencies that are partnering, that's what they do. That's what they do. So community, continue to do what you're doing in this process. And we're going to continue to do what we're going to do in this process. God bless you all. God bless Stockton.
We're going to show the video at this time. Play it one more time.
Okay, thank you. We'll take a couple of questions if there are any.
Chief, do the characteristics of the victims suggest anything about a motive here?
That's one thing we don't know. We don't know what the motive is. What we do believe is that it's mission oriented, right? This person's on a mission. Just appears to be very fluid and intentional in what that one person or multiple people are doing.
So he's targeting certain people, it seems like?
Well, we don't know what to be because we've had male, we've had female, we've had different races. So at this time, we don't know exactly what they're targeting. We've had folks that live in homes. We've had folks that don't live in homes. So at this point, we just don't know.
Chief, what are the
Chief,
ballistics that
geographic
tie
scope of
in these
the,
homicides? Chief, what are the ballistics that you're talking about that tie in these homicides? Can you comment on that?
We're just gonna say that we do have ballistic evidence that interconnects these cases. We're not gonna go into depth on that because we don't want to affect the investigation.
Hey, Chief, so since the announcement of the two new connected cases, we now see kind of an expanded geographic scope into Oakland. I'm curious if you could speak to whether there are other cities that we believe at this point are being targeted. Are there other cases in Oakland or other surrounding areas?
We're still submitting evidence at this time, which means so far we've gotten some local hits, but as the evidence continues to be processed and examined, it will alert us if there's a match outside of this county or other places.
How many of them are homeless, these victims, Chief, so far?
That I don't know.
Chief, how concerned should the public be?
You know, I think it should be the same level of alertness that we message all the time. You know, all the time we say you'll be aware of your surroundings. All the time we say if you're gonna be alone at dark, be with someone else. All the time we say try to be in lighted conditions. You know, these are safety measures that we message consistently, and we always will. So my advice would be just follow that. If you do that, it's very unlikely that you will encounter this person or persons.
Chief, can you give details of that task force? Who makes up that task force?
One thing great about the Stockton Police Department is we're part of every federal and state task force in the area. So what happens is they're used to working together on a regular basis. When something of this magnitude comes up, these are folks that already have working relationships that they direct their focus onto this task. I spoke with several chiefs in the county. They're all very supportive. We had a large meeting today with the representatives from all the different departments in the state and the federal level. We handed out tasks, responsibilities. As we said, we're getting hundreds of daily tips that are coming in. So we're leaning on our partner agencies to filter through those leads and see which ones are substantial, as well as other tasks that we're partnering with as well. We're also partnering with different labs too for some of the evidence we have.
Chief,
The
how many other-
majority of the victims have been Hispanic. Does police have any reason to believe that these might be related to hate crimes?
We have absolutely no information to that, right? To know if an incident was hate incident or hate crime, we would need to know more as to how it unfolded or what communications were made. And we have no witness that has said this person or persons have ever said anything like that or even spoken for that matter.
Is there any other physical evidence that connects these homicides so far, Chief?
I thought the greatest evidence we have has been our video evidence and our ballistic evidence.
And by looking and watching this person, the way they're walking, the way they carry themselves, does that tell you anything, maybe perhaps psychologically about this person?
No, I am absolutely not a psychological profiler, but what it does tell me is we've seen this person of interest on more than one of the incidences, so it's absolutely someone we want to talk to and need to talk to. And again, we have not seen this person commit a crime or anyone for that matter, but that's what we're looking into. That's why we need the community's help to help bring that person to us.
So they're not a suspect yet. This person is not a suspect, just a person of interest at this point.
Absolutely, a person of interest.
You've seen
Absolutely.
him in
Do you have
multiple
any
pieces
idea
of
who
footage.
this is?
You've seen this person in multiple pieces of footage, did you say?
We've seen him in different videos.
How
Yes.
many, Chief? would you say?
That I don't know.
All at the same incident?
No,
So different incidents.
absolutely.
You've seen the same person.
Are the homeless more at risk because of this person?
Well, to be honest, I would say everyone's at risk. You know,
Especially since they're outside, they're in the dark.
exactly. But I've also been in a lot of encampments where they pull together and are together. So it would take a homeless person. I would say any individual, homeless or not, out on their own, sleeping somewhere or sitting in a car a few hours before they go to work is probably it's not the best thing to do at any moment in time. It's always better to have people around you.
Chief,
What
with the
led
two
you
new-
to Oakland?
What led this situation to the Oakland victim?
That was with ballistic evidence.
Hey Chief, so with the
Is that
kind of,
it? I mean, the ballistic evidence, why were you looking in Oakland? Did Oakland contact you? Did you contact Oakland? How did that work?
It's a little bit of background on ballistic evidence. Is it's entered into a statewide database, and so the hit comes up, and then we connect with the agencies that had that hit. So that's how that comes about. It prompts the agency to reach out to another agency.
hey Chief, with the new kind of time frame that's essentially been established with those two cases, stretching all the way back to April 2021, can we just kind of get a sense of what was going on in that gap? Is it the suspicion that this person kind of went dark, or was this person or people on anyone's radar between that April 2021 and the July 8th of this year?
And it's something I promise you folks is to bring facts. So I have absolutely no answer as to why that pistol went dormant for over 400 days. Absolutely no reason. You know, it could have been more than one person that handled it. We just don't know. That's an awful long time for something to be inactive.
Do you think that is more,
it's getting more bolder, they're getting more bolder with the shootings? With the timeline, there was that space, but now they're increasing and getting closer and closer. Do you think they're getting bolder with these murders?
I don't know. I would have to know the mindset of the perpetrator or perpetrators, but I know we are starting to have a little bit of distance from the most recent one, where we've had them happen closer in sequence before.
Chief, with 5 of the 7 victims being Mexican and the lone survivor telling so many times that she could be mistaken as a Mexican male in the dark, is it possible that the white victim could have possibly also been mistaken as a Mexican male that is the prime target?
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely believe if someone appears to be a certain complexion that this person is targeting, that it could almost be any race to fit that complexion if that's what the shooter's after. Absolutely.
Are you dealing with one firearm in this case, and also the surviving female? Was she hit at all, and is she light skinned? And what race do you think that this person of interest is?
To answer your first question, yes, the black female, she was struck. She survived her wounds. She was lighter complected. As far as the complexion race, I just don't know. Again, I'm going to bring facts that are verified, and I have no clue what that person is or who that person is.
We have time for 2 more questions.
And all the homicides happened within minutes of each other, so are you all targeting, putting resources at that, near that specific location, or were you guys, how are you handling this?
Yes, we've been heavier during the night hours than we've have been in some time. We have task force, we have all sorts of resources that are on the streets after dark during these hours.
Do you have DNA in this? Any DNA?
At this time, we're still getting a lot of things processed, so we're waiting to hear back on a lot of evidence.
All right, thank you guys. That will end our press conference.
Thank you.
You in the video.
So Stockton, California is approximately 320,000. But let's see here. The metropolitan is approximately 431,000. So, I don't know if it'll let me replay that. So far, it won't let me replay that, but so it said that they were mostly male. I had no idea that there was a female involved in this. Most cities in California are violence stricken, not just Stockton. Yeah, that's the way it's appearing. Thank you so much, Trina. I appreciate it. I wanted to go over this and is he coming back?
Yes, I just wanted to correct
Something.
earlier. I was just briefed, and going back to the incident that involved black female, she had actually biked to the encampment area and was near a tent when it happened. So she was never inside of a tent, and it didn't happen while she was coming out of the tent. So I just wanted to get that out there and clarify. Never inside the tent. The whole encounter happened outside the tent. All right. All right.
That was interesting. Okay, there we go. I'm live. Hello? Oh. Hey, I'm live. I'm live. All right, bye. I'm trying to replay this because I want to go over some things. But it's not letting me control. So he said something that she never made it in the tent. Yeah, he came back at the very end and he was talking about how, okay, stream is off. Let's see if it'll let us replay it. Let me try this. Let's see if it'll let us replay it. Yeah, I didn't even know there was a female victim until now, just when he mentioned it. And he was talking about how a female was trying to get in a tent, if that's correct. Yeah, I don't think it's going to let us play it back yet just this soon. Facebook, it might let us. Let me try something on Facebook. See if it's on there. Okay, here we go. I can do it on Facebook. I think it's very important.
First, I would like to extend condolences as it relates to crime. Questions? Chief.
As I said before, we would reconnect with all of you when we have some more case developments. and that's why we're here today. I first want to address the comments regarding Stockton having a serial killer. That's what's been the message. That's a big question that keeps being asked. By definition, these shootings are series of killings, and
Alien
so
vibes.
we do believe we could have potential serial killer. That's how we're going to treat it as such. Um, at this time, we don't know if it's a person or persons. As I said before, we have absolutely no evidence that connects a person or persons to any of these incidents.
Now, you see, this is what is amazing to me. He says we have no evidence that relates us to these person or persons. But yet, he also says later on in this interview or this press conference that they have a man matching the appearance of what they're going to show here momentarily, being at this different locations of where the crimes happened at different dates. I mean, that's not going to be a coincidence. I'm sorry, it's just not going to be a coincidence. Someone being murdered and this person is walking on the street at different hours of the morning on the same day. You know what I mean? In my opinion, at least. So I don't really get
But
it.
we are still receiving tips, and we still will continue to review those tips, and hopefully more information will come forward. We have some video footage that we're going to show you here today. It's going to be a very short video. And when you all see the video, I want you to pay close attention to the uneven stride that this person has. Again, this person.
Everybody has their own way of walking, and their own stride, their own swag, whatever you want to call it. And sometimes just by the person's outline and the way that they walk, you can really, and this has went on with the Delphi cases as well, that the sheriff has repeatedly said, don't look at his face, look at the way he walks, look at the belt, or something like that, because this is what can really identify someone.
Versus a person of interest. Again, we have no evidence that connects this person as committing any of these crimes, but it's a person that we are interested in talking to.
We have no person, this person is, not, we're not saying that he done these crimes, but later on he says, well, we are saying that he was in these cameras on these different days in these weird hours when
Also with that,
they're asking
we
questions.
also want you to notice just how upright this person's posture is. I like to think we all have a normal gait and walk about us when we walk around, but this person's posture is extremely upright and it's noticeable. That's something else that you'll be able to notice on a video once we show them. With that, as far as interconnecting these cases, we've done that through ballistics, and once you start working with ballistics, the process gets very slow.
Okay, so when they say that they are interconnected, it's very important. Now, a lot of people's thinking like, oh, interconnected, they know each other or something like that. No, interconnected in the way they are describing it means ballistics. Each gun, almost like a fingerprint, the way that it fires out the barrel. And so the bullets that they have removed from the decedents, the victims of these killings, they have taken them to the lab and looked at the bullets, and they can confirm that these bullets from these individuals at different times, different places, have came from the same gun.
It takes a long time to confirm the information, and it takes a long time to get those official reports. But we do have ballistic evidence that are linking our cases, and accompanied with some video footage as well. We have 7 cases linked, and I'm just going to give some quick stats on these cases. We find that the average age of the victim is 42. We find that the sex of the victims are mostly male. We also find that the races are mostly Hispanic as well. I'm going to talk about the days between these incidences that we believe may have a connection.
Now, he talks about how, they're mostly male. Now, the killer, he may have wanted to, all of his victims to be male. And it appears that he's wanted basically all of his victims to appear male. But this female victim could have seen something, or, been around something, or knew who this person was. Mostly seen something, I would say, in my opinion. So that is why he, in his mind, had to, uh, take her life for his rationale, at least, so he wouldn't get caught, allegedly.
Between the incident 1 and 2, there are 6 days. In between incident 2 and 3, there's 448 days, which is quite some time from when incident 2 happened as compared to when incident 3 had occurred. Between incident 3 and 4, it was 34 days. Between incidents 4 and 5, it was 19 days. Between incidents 5 and 6, it was 22 days. And between incidents 6 and 7, it was 6 days.
Between 6 and 7.
Of these 7, one of them occurred outside the city.
So this shows you that this killer is becoming more confident, and he is not capable of holding in his urges. These are literally urges to them. They have little self-control when it comes to this. And after they have killed one person and they get this gratification, sickly, but it's true, they get a gratification, and he is becoming more assured. So it was really spread out in the beginning, and then it started to getting to like 29 days, and then 21, and then 6 days. So who knows? I mean, this is the thing. They love the attention, but who knows if he could strike tonight? He may love the attention, and he may feel so inclined to do so.
It occurred in Oakland, and we've been partnering with Oakland Police Department to have tabletop discussions as far as what information we have. Another development we've had is we had the opportunity to interview our only surviving victim. The circumstances regarding this victim took place last year. This was a Black female adult. She was in her tent when she heard someone walking around her campsite.
Okay, so I stand corrected. The female victim is still alive, and she was at her campsite.
When she came out of her tent, she encountered someone holding a gun at her. There's multiple shots at her, as she tried to defend herself by advancing at the suspect. At that time, the suspect lowered his or her shooting platform. And she provided us a description of what she believed that person was at the time of the incident. She described that person between 5'10" and 6 foot, wearing all dark clothing, wearing a dark COVID style mask that was concealing his face, and wearing a dark jacket as well. And she said there's no words mentioned at all. As you heard, the reward amount keeps increasing. And I'm not surprised. I've met some incredible people in this community that are passionate about this community. I think when trauma occurs, that's when we're stronger in this community, and it shows that. I anticipate the reward to continue to increase. I think it's in excess of $100,000 right now. And I want to thank everyone from the media, the community leaders. Everyone has really rolled up their sleeves and tried to provide us tips. We have the tip line open. People are serious about this. A lot of people are calling in. They're emailing. Hey, how about this person? Hey, take a look at this. I'm glad that we're all doing the heavy lifting together. And that's what's missing.
So there was no words spoken from this killer, which, if someone survives, you would be able to probably remember that voice. But it seems like this person is targeting homeless people down on their luck. And that's not cool.
Make Stockton great. As we continue to get more information, we're going to continue to outreach with everyone. I want to thank the men and women in this police department that have not gone home. That's how serious they have been about these cases. I want to thank our law enforcement partners. All of our neighboring agencies have reached out. I spoke again with the sheriff today. He's given us all his resources at our disposal, including technology that they're on board. So everyone is in this together. We have our state and federal partners that are doing some heavy lifting with some of our video processing and other evidence that is very time consuming to get through. But we've built an all-star team of dedicated folks that have the skills, knowledge, and ability.
If you live in this area particularly, and even if you don't live in this area, don't go out alone. It is so important to never go out alone in the middle of the night walking down the street. Avoid it at all cost. Stay in a well-populated area around people so you don't fall victim to this.
To bring a capture to this person. Now I want to turn over to Mayor.
Thank you, Chief. As we're gathered
You
here
did?
this afternoon to discuss this recent string of homicides that we've known that they're interconnected, let's not forget the fact that to date, the city of Stockton, we've suffered the loss of 43 total Stocktonians. There's not a word that can be said. There's nothing that we could do that will bring back those lost loved ones. So my deepest and heartfelt condolences to the families of those victims of the senseless act of violence. There's one thing I know about the city of Stockton.
Okay, thank you. We'll take a couple of questions if there are any.
Chief, do the characteristics of the victims suggest anything about a motive here?
That's one thing we don't know. We don't know what the motive is. What we do believe is that it's mission oriented, right? This person's on a mission. Just appears to be very fluid and intentional in what that one person.
So the person on a mission appears to be very intentional and very fluid.
Multiple people are doing.
So he's targeting certain people, it seems like?
Well, we don't know what to be because we've had male, we've had female, we've had different races. So at this time, we don't know exactly what they're targeting. We've had folks that live in homes. We've had folks that don't live in homes. So at this point, we just don't know.
Chief, what are the ballistics that tie in these homicides? Chief, what are the ballistics that you're talking about that tie in these homicides? Can you comment on that?
We're just gonna say that we do have ballistic evidence that
You two mags.
connects these cases. We're not gonna go into depth on that because we don't want to affect the investigation.
Hey Chief, so since the
Yes.
announcement of the two new connected cases, we now see kind of an expanded geographic scope into Oakland. I'm curious if you could speak to whether there are other cities that we believe at this point are being targeted. Are there other cases in Oakland or others?
We're still submitting evidence at this time, which means so far we got some local hits, but as the evidence continues to be processed and examined, it will alert us if there's a match outside of this county or other places.
How many of them are homeless?
Thank you, Deborah. Deborah says,
Chief, how concerned should the public be?
Deborah says, the person look at how the person walks. It looks like with a prosthetic leg. Interesting. Interesting. We'll look at that.
You know, I think it should be the same level.
Oh, actually, I need to go back because
reward her camp 4 and 5. One of them.
we need to go back and look at that.
But we
Let's not forget the fifth
person. Everyone.
I want to.
Our neighbor, but we
gathered here this afternoon to
person. Now I want to turn over to Mayor.
Okay. Well, where is it shown?
We're going to show the video at this time.
This is very important. This is what I want to see. Let's look at this really close, guys. Hold on, let's play. Let's. I'm really slowing it down. Hmm.
Where's
So to me, he appears to be very tall and thin, right? And he's supposedly wearing like a uh COVID mask. Yes, Laurel, yes. They're right just down the road from there. A whole family kidnapped. Yes, it's very sad. The right leg almost seems to buckle, and notice his right foot turns inside awkwardly. You can see the leg area comes out above the knee. Tall, thin, small build. Yeah. He's definitely his left foot. Oh, let me take this down. Sorry, guys. Watch his left foot. Watch this. Watch this foot. It kind of goes out a little bit. See how it kind of goes out a little bit? See? It stays out to the, it goes out a little bit. See? Sideways. Keep an eye on that left foot. It kind of, it's always out. That foot. Very distinctive walk. I think pigeon-toed is like if they goes inward, isn't it? Um, Caller, I'm gonna have to reset my phone here thing. Just 1 second. If you want to, your browser, change your browser settings. Okay, caller, if you want to call back in, you can. Sorry, I was testing something. I apologize. You can call back in, caller. If anybody wants to call in, they're welcome to 307-228-4906. Let me know your thoughts on this. He definitely has a distinctive walk. He's dragging the left leg foot. To me, he points it out. Very interesting. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
510.
You will take a call.
Hey, Justice, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I just logged in, so I'm kind of like back on all your previous information coming up to this. Is this guy like there for sure? Is this the guy?
Well, they're calling him a person of interest. However, they are also saying once someone asked a question that they have saw this specific guy in multiple videos in multiple shootings, at multiple murders. So, to me, it's a really good possibility.
But this is the guy. And when he's dressed like a covert. It looks like he's like dressed to be anonymous, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you pretty good call on the left foot. That definitely is an outside. He's not pigeon toed on the left foot.
Right.
There's something strange about the left foot. He's definitely skinny. So I mean, he has like tight jeans, and you can see flex in the jeans. So yeah, he's skinny.
I wonder if he's former military.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I was just, questioning that. Just the.
Well, usually military, they're muscular and have stamina. He looks weak.
He's got great posture though. He's got wonderful posture, and the police was mentioning that too. So it was just an observation. I mean, who knows? We'll find out. I'm sure.
Well, I noticed that you and Molly did something where you were talking about Dahmer.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I noticed you guys did something on that. What spurred you on talking about that?
I mean, Netflix had a special on it, and it's kind of weird now that it's huge right now, the Dahmer docuseries, and now we've got literally a serial killer in Florida or California.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. So, did you watch the whole series?
I'm on episode 8 now.
So yeah, which I think is 8 episodes total. So you're right. Yeah, my son turned me on to it, and I started watching. I'm like, why did you turn me on? It was so uncomfortable to watch for like the first 4 episodes.
I think they did. I think they did it fairly classy the way that they the actual murders and stuff. I think they did it as tasteful as they possibly could have done anything.
Exactly, and I had little information on what it was all about. My son just said like, you got to check this out, and then I was like, after like 3 touching in 4, I'm like, why would someone ever recommend this? It was just so disgusting, right? But then as it falls out of 4 into 5 or somewhere around there, you actually find out that he actually was divulging everything that happened fluidly. He basically narked on himself on everything that he did. Right? Every case, he told who I killed, when I killed them, everything he could spill. He basically spilled his guts. So this is really the first time in history where you had a serial killer actually talk about and tell on himself completely, no holds barred, right? Which is highly revealing to a psychopathic brain. You know what I mean? So I do also for the viewers out there that see this, that they should go to Netflix, which most people have, and watch this series and really get a gist of what a serial killer is all about. And the weird thing, did you kind of remark on that his mother during pregnancy was taking almost prescription pills, so many daily prescription pills. You're talking about 10 pills a day.
Sure.
While he was in vitro, literally being created he's like she's on all these pills, you know,
Mm-hmm.
which really puts it out there like what do these pills do? How does it work? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like yeah, my mom had this issue with having a heart problem, right? And it was what was the drug? It was which I think that maybe a lot of your viewers might know someone or might be on it themselves, and it's called
Prozac.
Pradaxin. Yes, Pradaxa.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she's taking like 150 milligrams a day and then 150 at night. And when you research Pradaxa, which is, I think the generic version is called Laceritin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it's the big. There's it's like, or anyways, it's Pradaxa. And when you look at Pradaxa, it's a blood thinner for like heart problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this blood thinner, when someone has an emergency surgery, maybe even an ulcer, just a light ulcer where you bleed, they can't reverse it, right? I think that the original, before this thing was like introduced like 10 years ago, it was a common drug that was being used. It's called and I don't have it here, but it is a common one that was used before that. And the problem with the original one that everyone was using was that you had to like go in like every 2 or 3 months to have your shit monitored and look at it and make sure everything's cool, right?
Right.
So then when this drug comes out, this one, you don't have to be monitored. So that was the selling point of this drug.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that when you go in, the doctors cannot reverse the bleeding. So you bleed out, you die.
Right.
So this is one of those things where it's like, dude, what's up with the drug, right? And everybody's like, oh yeah, it's a big deal, but it is a big deal because now I got to get her off that because, but they throw out there like, you can't like go cold turkey on this, and at ages where you're, it's sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
The fear factor keeps them from actually like trying to transition off. Where she should be taking like fish oil and crushed garlic and shit like that to, just wanted to point that out there. But good work, bro.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in.
Out.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. Let's see here. I'm a tad confused. Okay. It's hard to change your style of walk, like, especially it's like 403. Thank you for calling.
Hey, Justin.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Excellent. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
I was wondering the same thing. Maybe I'm crazy in my mind, but
no.
Maybe he's ex-military or
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, something about him that you can be a serial killer in 2022 when there are cameras literally almost everywhere we go. Like he seems to be able to have avoided that pretty much.
Hello, my dear. Could you speak up just a little bit? They're just having a little bit of a hard time. Your voice is a little low.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Can you hear me better?
You got a soft voice.
I do. Can you hear me better?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Did you hear what I asked you?
If you want to repeat it, that would probably be better.
Okay. I'm just I had wondered too if maybe he was ex-military.
Ex-military.
Or ex-detective. It's crazy to me in 2022 that we can have a serial killer with all the surveillance that we have in this world.
Yes.
It seems he's been able to pretty much avoid that except for a couple very grainy pictures.
Yes. Yes.
No, don't, it just doesn't seem like he would be random, or he's been doing this longer than me, and he's just really gotten good at it.
Yeah, I mean, he is apparently wearing a, kind of like a surgical mask on top of his beanie. And I mean, look at here. This was 19 hours ago by the same station. Uh, and this is a kidnapping update. Look at this guy. What does he have on? A mask. And you can go anywhere with a mask on now. And of course, nobody's going to question you because of what's happening in the world, right?
Exactly.
So, it's just one of those things where, what do you do?
Yeah, well, I don't think he's stupid. Like, as in, or what he, let me take that back. That sounded terrible.
No.
Because he's a whole human being, but he's using all these things to his advantage,
Mm-hmm.
like a mask. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yes. It is crazy. And let's hope it gets better.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that it's just so hard to get over the fact that it's 2022.
Yeah.
And somebody can.
Yeah, well, what's really sad to me is just the fact that, that there so many of these serial killers, they tend to really prey off of the homeless, the prostitutes, that kind of thing, because usually not usually, but in many cases, they are, estranged from their family. They don't think anybody's going to miss them. And, that's that. And it is and just to be, a lot of police, as sad as it is, um, some of the homeless or prostitutes or whoever may not get the same investigation that, someone that would be blonde hair and blue eyed, it's just, but I love that this community, this city is, doing really well in that area, that aspect.
Yeah. Well, let's just pray that he's caught, and he's got to be caught.
Yes.
You know?
So,
anyhow, I don't want to take more of your time. That's all I wanted to
well,
say.
thank you so much for calling, and you call back anytime.
Much love. Thank you very much, Justin.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, let's see here. 559, Mrs. Dizzle, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Excelente.
So I just wanted to say that, I live right next to Fresno, and Fresno, we're about 100 miles from Stockton. Fresno is a lot like Stockton as far as the crime and stuff like that. And the problem with these like homeless communities and the hood and the lower poverty areas, there's not a lot of cameras in those places. They're less protected, which they should be more protected, but they are less protected. There's less cameras, there's less police in that area because, like you said, they are forgotten. A lot of these people are forgotten. Prostitutes, homeless people, those people are forgotten. They don't have ties to their family. And I come from, this is like firsthand experience. I've been there. So there's a lot of these situations where people are murdered or something happens to them and there is no follow-up because they lack the cameras, they lack the evidence, and they don't really go, they don't investigate as much as they should. So. He was downtown? No, so there's camps, like, and there's places in Stockton that have homeless communities that are more lit up, and they're closer to other buildings and stuff, so they have more cameras. But the problem that they're going to have with this one is that they lack the video and the evidence linking the same person to these crimes because there is no cameras around, and it's really sad. And the way that this happens a lot of times with these communities is it does get forgotten about. I'm hoping, because it has now turned into a serial killer case, that it does get more attention and there is more eyes on it and there's more investigating going on. But a lot of times they just fall through the cracks, and it's very sad.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. And hopefully this will be a wake up. Oh, look here. I just found something. I just found this. It's just a video of and it's much more clear, guys. Look at this. Look at this. It's not on that screen. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for calling. Look at this, guys. Watch this. All right, let's slow it down. Okay. Thank you, Ty. I'm good. 334.
And we have an
Thank you for
update that we'd like to
calling.
share about our colleague Ty Steele. Many of you have been asking how
Hey,
he's
dear.
doing after a medical emergency on Friday. Here's Ty.
We have some kind of dirt road work going on here, and I don't want it to be too loud, but
No, you're fine.
I'm watching the video over and over again. Like, I clicked it so I can watch it over and over again.
Uh-huh.
And to me, it looks like hip dysplasia from children are born with hip dysplasia, and they have it corrected. Because if you look real closely, the way he walks, it's more like a swivel of the hip. That's why his legs kind of are moving the way they are.
On every vacation at a verbal.
Uh-huh.
And that's just my opinion only. I want to make that very clear.
Sure.
And furthermore, in my opinion, he was either abused by someone of a certain ethnicity, or he may have, I don't know how to say it because I don't want to say it in an ugly way, different sexual tendencies than his family approves of.
God. Yes, sorry.
If he should have been rejected by these men, then that was his reaction. That's just my opinion.
Sure. I mean, anything is absolutely possible.
Either way, it's horrible. It really is. But, I don't know. I just hope they find him. But yeah, I won't say how I know the hip dysplasia thing, but if you will Google a video, if you can find one, I'm pretty sure that it will show you the same exact gait that this gentleman is using. So
Okay.
that's all I really want to say.
That's very notable, and that could very well be. I don't like this guy right here. I'm telling you, he's annoying me.
And we have another.
Sorry. It's I just want the freaking video to replay over and over, and it wants to take me to another something else. So
Yeah, and children have hip dysplasia. When it is corrected, they do have, whether it's corrected or not, they have a very particular gait, and it kind of is more in the hip, and that's what their legs go the way they go. So you can look into that if you want to or not. But I hear somebody calling. I'm going to let you go. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, my love, for letting me know. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right.
Alrighty then. Let's see. Yeah. 510, thank you for calling.
Hey, on that. So yeah, I saw the spear video, like the couple shots that you did before you like kind of got lost there. But yeah, dude, she said hip, but I'm going knee. I'm going like maybe a dislocated knee, something that I don't know. That's what it stands out to me, you know.
Uh-huh.
What was I gonna say? I had a point before I even thought of that.
Renee, dance with me in my.
I said before,
When that
we
happens.
connect with all of you when we have some more case developments, and that's why we're here today. I first
All
wanna
right.
address the comments regarding
Well, if you
Stockton.
think I'm thank you, Reddit. I want to know if I want the controls to play it over and over again. Damn these people. Okay. All right. 662, thank you for calling.
Hey, Justin, it's Camille.
Hello, Camille.
I was born with hip dysplasia. I had a hip that was completely out of place. I was Frankfurt breech, and I have a weird gait, or like my grandmother would always say when I walked, I didn't look like I straightened both of my knees completely.
Mm-hmm.
So it did. I don't know if I compensated on the side that wasn't. You know, I know I had to wear a body cast. I came home from the hospital with a body cast on.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, went to St. Jude's and had to wear the shoes that looked like the Forrest Gump shoes, or had to sleep in those. And I was terrified of them and would scream, so my mother just quit putting them on, you know, after a while, because I was walking then anyway. But the older I've gotten, it's kind of better and not as noticeable. I think just because I'm so aware of it, and people will have said something to me about it, you know, constantly. But I do overcompensate, and my husband will say, I can tell when you've been walking a long time. You don't, you know, you don't get out of it as well. I can notice it's more noticeable.
Right.
So that may very well. I was thinking knee, but when she said that, I thought, God, you that was me. So I definitely have you know, walk like how he's overcompensating. It looks like one leg.
And we have an update that we'd like to share about our colleague Ty Steele.
His knee, that is totally how I walk.
Okay.
It's not as pronounced, but you know, I mean, it may be in the difference in the time he may have had like hip replacement later in life. You know, it may just be because I've dealt with it for 47 years now.
Yeah. Well, that's.
But yeah, that was a good point. I you know, I totally didn't think. I guess you know, it's nothing to me now because I'm, you know, performed with it. So to me about it, you know, yeah, definitely. And him holding his back up straight, it's like you overcompensate on all the parts of you that's strong, and then that hip is always weak to me. So it's like you know, the other side, I'm more, or have better posture and more, just kind of overcompensate.
Interesting.
Well, I will let you go. That just hit me when she said that, but I know you've got other callers.
Well, thank you, Camille, for calling.
Okay.
I really do appreciate it. You too, honey.
All right.
Bye-bye. Give me 2 seconds. Because I got a cluster monkey here right now, I tell you. Hold on, caller. I'm trying to fix something here. Let's see if this mother chicken will work this way. Okay. And of course, it's not doing that. Perfect. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I'm really trying. When you just want something done, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm coming. 510, thank you for calling. Hello.
You know, Justice, I know you got a lot of passionate viewers, right?
I suppose, yes.
And the thing about passionate viewers, they pretty much want to support you, right? That's
Okay.
pretty much when you have passion, you want to support a creator that gives content, and you know, it's like so when you have 600 viewers and you only got 370 likes, why don't that 200 or so that are sitting there like just go down a little bit and hit the like button and let's get it up to 600.
I couldn't agree with you
All
more.
right, bro.
Thank you, my man. Appreciate you. He's very nice. Very nice guy. Thank you for that. Do I got it now? Video file. I'm trying. Oh. Okay. Hide. Play. I want it to loop. Loop. Repeat. Hi, vey. I think I got it. All right. Yes, if y'all will hit the thumbs up button, I would greatly appreciate it. 806. 806, you're on the air. Maybe you're not. Okay. Call back 806. We need to look into that horrible case. Cobalt Blue, are you talking about the 806? Hello?
Hello, is it Justin?
This is?
Hey, okay. Listen, are we talking about the guy that was walking funny, the serial killer or whoever he is? You need to look at the picture the picture there where he's standing and looking at the camera with the mask on,
Uh-huh.
and look at his feet. He's showing one side has showing his legs, which is just a regular leg, and the other one looks like he has something wrong with his foot.
Oh, I've got that photo. Let me
Yeah, take a look at it, see what you think.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah, just look, because it looks like the left leg is kind of funny looking, and it shows a real good picture of it. Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
dear.
Justin.
Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was that photo last night. And who sent me that photo? With the door ring. Now, from what I understand, there is a photo of this man who it has a partial, like it's a face, but it's kind of grainy, kind of dark. So I think they're just looking for this guy, in my opinion. I think that they may even know potentially who this person is, or a little bit more about him, but that doesn't mean he's going to answer the call, right? But yeah, where was that thing last night? Gemini Mama. She sent it to me last night. Okay, it's not that one. One down, one down. Okay. Okay, I see. If this is the one you're talking about, let me show you right here. If this is the one the lady was talking about, I don't have like the photo of his feet or anything like that. Now, I don't know, but I will say tomorrow when we um, talk about the this serial killer, alleged serial killer, there has been some weird things happening, and there has been some weird talking about a weird man that people have in the community in like the downtown area have been whispering and all that. No, this was a guy that was, kind of potentially wearing something similar. He was caught on a Ring doorbell. However, in my opinion, I don't believe this is him. I don't, to me, this man is an older man, and I don't see him walking as fast. I just don't see it. Thank you so much, Fet Girl. Attacking individuals by ambushing and shooting them in the back, in my opinion, this dude, a weak, coward individual that just takes an opportunity to X multiple people. Weak and a coward. I could not agree more with you, Vet Girl. Nobody should respect anybody who attacks anyone of any vulnerable population, such as elderly, disabled, homeless, any type of particular vulnerability, mentally unwell, that type of thing. That goes for not only obviously murdering them, but just attacking them by words, and even like here on YouTube, some creators you will see will go after the weaker ones, and it is very sick at best. It's sick. So, all right, we got another call here. 480, thank you for calling. 480.
Hello, Justin.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Justin. Hi. This is Suzanne from Hammond, California.
Hey, Suzanne.
I live in a really small town, and it's bad here. You can't go out at night by yourself.
Yeah.
So it's bad everywhere.
Now, how far do you live from this location?
Probably about 300 miles, I'm guessing.
So you live a good minute away. You live south of or north? South. Okay, gotcha.
I live closer to San Diego.
Okay, perfect.
It's just bad everywhere. Fortunately, I'm a senior citizen, so I get help with my groceries coming outside.
Good.
At Walmart. So,
Good.
because I like to shop at night because it's not so crowded in there
Yeah.
and it's not so hot. But anyway, that's not what I called. Okay, there's two things. The guy that's walking.
Uh-huh.
I think that's just his stance.
Uh-huh.
I don't think
I don't think there's really anything wrong with him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just his stance. And
Yeah.
I don't know why yesterday when you were talking about the train
Uh-huh.
thing,
Mm-hmm.
it popped in my head, what if it's a train guy? Because they have good posture. They have to sit in good posture to run
Mm-hmm.
the trains and stuff. I don't know. That's just what, it's a visual animal is what it is. It's somebody that has got some maybe schizophrenic and he's thinking that this is his duty and but they need to catch him.
Yeah, I mean, there's, it's hard to tell the motive at this point, whether it's racially motivated, if it's, if it's, they're just, we obviously know that they're thriving on more the vulnerable, but
I don't really think it has anything to do with being homeless or it could be racially motivated because they're all Hispanic people mostly, but it's a opportunity. What's the easiest opportunity?
Yes.
Opportunity, because the person's just shooting and leaving them there. So it's not like he's got to do a lot of scheming in his head of how to do everything.
Definitely.
Walks up to him and shoots him. Doesn't say anything, just shoots him, then he's gone.
Yes, he definitely does.
So the other thing I wanted to say is I did not like that police officer smiling like that.
See, I think
Really
how you said that that you think this is just his walk. I think with that police officer personally, I think that is just the way his mouth is. I don't think it's anything personal, in my opinion.
The cheekbones and everything were. I think he was nervous, number one, but I just did not like that. It just made me feel like he was not interested. That they just have the mayor and the other guy seemed very concerned.
Uh-huh.
But it's just sad. It's just really sad.
It really is sad. It really is
That's what
sad.
That's what I wanted to say today. And you're doing a wonderful job. And you always dig deep to get these pictures.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's hard.
Thank you. It's interesting, guys. Let's watch him walk backwards. We can also watch him walk backwards, and that kind of gives you another view
Thought about that.
on how. You see that leg? Look at that leg. See? It's outward. It's always outward, that left. And right here, you know how some people walk on the side of their shoe a little bit? It kind of looks, I mean, it might be that as well, but particularly this leg right here, it is outward.
You're thinking the left leg is the one with the problem, or it might be a false leg.
I don't think it's a false leg. No, I don't think so. But I'm always. I mean, none of us know.
Yeah, he's definitely favoring that leg.
Yes. Let me see if I can get it bigger. This left leg is always outward.
And it's a war injury, and he's got a metal in his leg, so he's compensating for.
You see, now look, next step. See how it's outward? Outward again. We're going to.
So it's more like he's bow-legged, not pigeon-legged.
It not bow-legged isn't the right word for it either. Now, also, watch the way he walks. He kind of puts his almost like he crosses them.
Well, you know what? Don't tall people have a kind of funny walk? Now I'm reaching there because I have brothers that are tall, and
Yeah.
they have a funny walk.
I don't know. This guy appears to be very slender.
Yeah,
Very.
see this shadow. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, you see this, how this leg goes? It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So, hold on one second. Hey, Marissa, I'm live.
Well, you know what?
Okay.
Maybe that's one reason why he
Just 1 second, guys. 1 second,
Okay.
please. Just 1 second. Apologize for that, guys. I apologize. That was Marissa there.
That's okay. I'm
But
done. I don't want to hold up your time.
watch this right leg, how it bends, and it kind of bends in.
That's really weird.
See that leg again?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be the way the camera's done as well, but this particularly, just this leg, it's constant, it's outward. Even the leg appears. To me, he looks like he's, some people are longer on the top, some people are longer in the legs. To me, he appears to be longer from the waist down as well, which is something people need to take note of. And you see this leg, it's but as you can see, this leg is still even slightly turned in. Okay, now we're going to back you up. So interesting. See that leg? It looks like it crosses. It's so interesting. Yeah. Yes, he's got very good posture. He's not hunched over or anything like that. Yes, I agree, Crown Royal. To me, he definitely seems more long leg, thin, longer from the waist down, shorter from the waist up. So
And so that's where that funny walk would come from, being taller, that I was talking about.
yeah,
I don't want to say funny walk, but
yeah,
more of a walk that you use all of your legs with.
yeah. It kind of reminds you of the Slender Man. Remember that creep?
Right.
There was a murder on that. The Slender Man murders. I don't know if you guys remember.
I'm telling you what, it's terrible out there.
Mm-hmm. It really is. It really, really is.
And that's wherever you go.
Mm-hmm.
My kids live in Denver, and I just got back visiting them in Denver, my grandkids, and it's bad there too. You got to really be careful wherever you go.
Mm-hmm. Well, yesterday, I was talking about his height. I said, probably 5'10", 6-footish, something like this. So a standard door height is what, 7 feet? 7 feet? Is that Is that right?
Yeah, 7 foot.
So this guy, I mean, he's not all the way down there yet, but you know, so I'm saying this guy's about, I would say probably 5'10", 5'11", 6 feet, somewhere right there.
Yeah.
Right there. I think he is an average height male, you know, with longer.
And does he look, even though he's dressed all in black, he looks very clean cut.
Uh,
You know,
it's
he
hard to
doesn't.
tell. It's hard to
I
tell.
know, but you know, his pants fit him, his jacket fits him. You know, his shoes aren't all messed up. You know, his clothes fit him.
Yes.
Almost like if it's a uniform, maybe.
Yes.
I thought so, maybe.
1 second, guys. Please step back. Hold on, guys. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I think I accidentally hung up on her. Apologize, caller. I think I hung up on you. Okay, Becca, thank you so much. I think he has natural swagger. You see it better when he rounds the corner. Also, the second video, you get a small flash of facial profile. Really? 510?
You know, as you were doing like the new version of that, as you were like pointing stuff out, I think the knee injury, like there's a knee problem, and his heel band on the left, and if you look at the right, his pigeon toe, which is like I don't know, somehow that's how he like is supporting his gait. When I saw that video, was that two ATMs that were sitting there under those lights strobing down?
No, I think those are mailboxes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. They're definitely
So
mailboxes.
is there, do you have an address for this particular location?
No.
Where this isn't really?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we should dig that up for sure.
I
Because,
don't.
you know, apparently he knows the location. I mean, it looks like he's comfortable. He's fluidly walking through. So, I mean, he has to be within like a couple miles, within a couple miles
Yeah.
of this exact spot.
I think that he lives in the city. But however, to be fair, there was one outside of the city.
One what?
There was one, I don't know if it was the woman, the first murder or attempted murder. That one was outside of the city limits.
So yeah, I'm not familiar. I mean, how many possible serial killers? How
Good
many people are actually like killed by this guy? Possibly.
They're saying as many as 7.
7.
Mhm.
And they're all homeless and.
No, they're not all. They're not all homeless. No.
Are they all female or male?
All male except for one.
Ethnicity? Are they black or white?
Mainly Hispanic.
Hispanic.
Mhm.
So then I would probably go with a Hispanic, tall, someone who has an injured knee and has a weird gait. I mean, if that was a highly publicized, if everyone in that area were able to see the video, I think they could probably call out who it is, someone who knows them, just by his walk is very identifiable,
Right.
And going back to Dahmer, on Netflix, anyone who wants to go out there and watch a nice series that talks about serial killers and how they think, God divulges everything, and that the whole structure of the show is about his divulging everything.
Mhm.
So I mean that's how it is. So the thing that he was doing was he was taking advantage of young black the 80s, early 80s, touching into almost into the 90s, young black men and gay. So he was taking advantage of police not wanting to, like you were saying about how police don't pay attention to certain individuals. They're not rich or white,
Mhm.
So I mean, people go out there, look at that, and then we should find the address of exactly that particular location and condense it down so that it could possibly, say, hey, anyone within the 3 mile radius, who is this guy? You know what I mean? Do you see something here? All right, man. Peace.
Thank you, my man. Peace. I want to see if there's a fucking. Just want to see if there's a side profile. Oh, it's so difficult. All right. All right. Very good. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna call it a night. I've had a break. I've had a long day. I did not sleep at all last night, having a kid under the weather. So hopefully we'll get some better sleep tonight. I'm gonna take one more call and then I'm gonna be done. 209. Thank you for calling.
Hey, Justin, it's Dog Mama. How are you?
Good. How are you, honey?
I'm doing good. Hey, I live like 30 minutes away from Stockton. I was born and raised there. So I'm watching your video, and I personally think that is his personal swag, the way he walks.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah, and a lot of our, Stockton's become very urban, more, downtown, not just a small town like it used to be. We're now like, I think, 300,000 or more. I'm not even sure. I live 30 miles north. I work in Stockton. A lot of the younger kids like to wear their boxers with their jeans down around their hips. You see all that. So I mean, it kind of looks like that look to me on that video. But yeah, I mean, if you have any questions about the area, I know there was another person on here also that's about 30 miles from Stockton as well that was commenting. It looks like the areas where these crimes are occurring are not in the greatest neighborhoods. Stockton's really changed. It's not a safe community like it used to be in the 70s and 80s. It's grown very fast. A lot of the Bay Area folks have come to Stockton because the houses are more affordable than in the Bay Area, so our population has boomed. We have a huge homeless problem in Stockton. The mayor's been ex for years, so crime is prevalent in Stockton as well. So I was pretty surprised at calling it a serial killer when they did like last week.
Yeah. You see, for me, I don't think I don't think his pants are baggy. If that's what you mean. I think that's just his walk. I think it's a very
Like a certain gait kind of walk.
yeah. I mean, it's a certain gait. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm thinking these opportunities that are occurring to this guy, I don't know if he's targeting a certain nationality, or is he targeting, men? But obviously, we just found out this week that there's two others that they linked to it as well. A female, I believe, that's in Oakland, and which is about 90 minutes to 90 minutes away, and she was the only one that survived. But the other folks, it seems like it's this opportunity. Hey, they're alone. Hey, they're in the car by themselves. I don't think they were targeted. What are your thoughts?
I think it's a crime of opportunity, and I think he has certain areas picked out that probably don't have as many cameras, and if there is someone in that area of opportunity, he strikes. There's not a lot of people around, and I think that's pretty much what it boils down to. I hope this is not a crime against any specific vulnerable population or nationality, race, anything like that, because this is America and it's e pluribus unum. So out of many, we are one. So.
Stockton's a very diverse community. We have, we have a very large Asian, large Hispanic, large Black and white community. We all live together.
Sure.
It's a very diverse community.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just interesting. I just thought, I've been listening to you ever since, gone, and I just was like,
you.
oh my gosh, this is my backyard.
Yeah, and it's really scary when it comes to your own backyard, and that's why we all have got to just really watch out for each other this day and time, all the good people, really. I still believe there's more good than bad, though. I have to believe that. Yeah.
We have a saying, Stockton's someplace special.
Yeah.
Gotta get back there.
Yeah.
You took that map yesterday, and it seemed like, obviously the guy's getting around.
Sure.
Anyways,
He's definitely. Thank you, dear. Make sure you you get our interview tomorrow. You're not going to want to miss that.
Oh, awesome. You take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, my friends. Thank you so much. God bless each and every single one of you. Hug your loved ones and say a prayer for these families, victims, and many families, victims, the families of the victims around the world, because this happens every day. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Tomorrow we will be here at 7 p.m. with one of the victims' family members. You're not going to want to miss this. It's going to be great. She has a lot of information that we learned today that you're not going to want to miss. I'll just say that you're not going to want to miss it. And hopefully we will bring this serial killer to justice very soon before he does this again. Love you all. God bless each and every one of you. 7 p.m. tomorrow Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Californian time, somewhere in the middle between California and Eastern. So love you all. Appreciate you. I will be, it is scheduled. I already have it scheduled for tomorrow. Now, if the family member needs to change it or anything, then I'll let you know. I'll do my best to let you know. It will be, if it has to be changed with any time tomorrow, then I will, I'll change it on the scheduled live. Okay? Love you all. Thank you so much. Good night and God bless.